I'm making another video about the continued civil unrest, not just in our country, but the rest of the world as well, and the rise in tyrannical acts and oppressing of the people, and how I see several signs of psyops being employed against the populace. There are plenty of other people who are actually experts in that field who can better describe that. You can find videos on all over social media. At least for America, part of the problem is our two-party system. It is not in the best interest of the people. As it has shown, it hasn't really done much to change anything, and it's only ever gotten worse for us, because it's, especially when it's a us versus them scenario, on whichever side of the aisle they pull you to. I don't follow any party because I don't feel as if I belong to anyone. I'm never just this and that. I'm all over the place on things I believe that I wouldn't fit in any party, as I think most Americans are, except for those who are, say, getting pulled in. That would be due to the psyops being employed, and they're believing those are right. And when you think you're right 100% of the time about everything, you can't be wrong. You need to take a look at yourself and think, hey, how egotistical do I have to be to think I know absolutely everything? And I had to sit back and look at things I did myself that I was like, things I'd be angry about, that I'd fallen into, that, like, why am I angry about this? Why do I really care? There's so many people who are so quick to just hate somebody else for its simple opinion without trying to figure out why they feel that way. So it'd be up to the people to do better and not fall for their games, not fall for their divide and conquer mentality they're imposing, which is, I believe, really what it is. Because you'll get one group in that will impose these laws that restrict us in some way, and then you'll get the other side get in and they pose other laws that restrict us in some other ways. But people don't really pay attention to the party they're voting for. They just pay attention to the opposing party. But it's these one little bits at a time. There's this set of laws here, like Trump just put in that thing about increasing the power of the police, to give them more authority than what they even had. They're already past the authority they need to have to be doing the job they're meant to do. They're more of a paramilitary now than they are actual policing force. Like, their job is not to go out and try and find ways to make people criminals, or like all these things they do that just, I don't understand why they're doing it. Like, it seems more of like they're trying to make money off of things than really trying to protect people. That'd be a whole other video. And for those that, I say, even were military, there are politicians I don't trust. I don't trust any politician to really have my best interest at heart. Nor do I think they have anyone's best interest at heart but their own. They want to stay in power. There's plenty of examples of that you can find out, like, as well, that I won't get into here. But I will say that I, as someone who's served in the military, I was in the army, I was enlisted. My oath, I'll go over here as enlisted. They're all vary differently on, enlisted or officer, whatever you're doing, but they're generally the same. But as enlisted, my oath was, I do solemnly swear that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic, that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same, and that I will obey the orders of the President of the United States and the orders of the officers appointed over me, according to regulations and the uniform code of military justice. So help me God. Now, the reason that first half is about the Constitution, because that's really what we're meant to uphold. And that is a lifetime oath. And the thing about obeying the orders of the president and the officers doesn't mean anything they say. Because that last line about according to regulations and the uniform code of military justice is that there are rules in place that determine if things are in unlawful order. So anything that goes against the Constitution or is considered immoral, you should not, and are actually legally not supposed to follow. So if I was to follow an order that was either unconstitutional or immoral, I could be charged with crimes myself. It doesn't matter if the order came from the president, one of my officers, it doesn't matter. It's like put in place because of what the Nazis tried to claim, who killed all the Jews in World War II, that they were simply following orders. So I'm going to be writing my representatives to, 1, push for the Convention of States be passed, and term limits imposed on all Congress and Senate, and to end the two-party system, as well as all policing agencies, especially those who are going to have a badge and a gun, to be required to, 1, not only have cameras that can't be muted, but also lose their immunity, because that right there, losing their immunity is really going to tone down their behavior of what they're willing to do. Because when they're not allowed to just, hey, I'm going to get away with whatever I want, they're not going to be so trigger happy or quick to detain people they shouldn't detain or beat them, anything else. And that also every officer should have to take that MMPI, the Minnesota Multiphasic Personality Inventory, and that should be displayed on the website with the officer's profile that everyone can view to see how they rate, especially things that rate on the dark triad. But that's just how I feel. Let me know what any of you think, and don't be rude in the comments. If anyone comments, no bad mouthing one another, just try to be a civil individual. Don't fall for the games and give in to hatred.